All the talk is on what happened in the last over on day 3 at Lord's. That has added a lot of spice to day 4, how much ever we may have to look at it. But was Zak Crawley time wasting? Were the Indians right in going after Zak Crawley? Because if you have to look at, there is a law for time wasting that has been prescribed by the MCC. And Marylebone Cricket Club, the rule of time wasting is Rule 41.10. Now, was Zak Crawley guilty of that? Because what does the rule say on time wasting? It is unfair for a batter to waste time. In normal circumstances, the striker should always be ready to take strike when the bowler is ready to start his or her run-up. Now, what the law doesn't take into account is that he is ready, but supposing last moment there is some movement behind, then he'll have to abort his thing, because concentration, side screen and all of things, if people move, if all those things happen, yes, then he'll have to abort his stance. Crawley suffered an injury, and that is when he called out the physio. But today when Crawley got hit on the fingers, that time he didn't call for a physio. Which is why it was clear gamesmanship from England that he called the physio because he felt the impact of it at that time. But here, surprisingly, on day 4, Zak Crawley did feel an impact. But Rule 41.10 has this major lacunae as to he has to take strike, be ready to take strike when the bowler is ready to start his or her run-up. But that every batsman does. If you are not ready, then what is the penalty? Penalty in 41.10.3 is specific. If there is any further time wasting, umpire shall award 5 penalty runs to the fielding side. So, the worst case scenario that India could have had, the best case scenario, England could have been 104. India would have already been 5 for no loss. England could have lost a wicket. That was the best case scenario. But we will never know, because this law can't be implemented, because should always be ready and take strike when the bowler is ready to start. It is not time bound. If the article and the rule were time bound, then you could have argued that yes, 1 minute, that's all you have, boss. Apart from that, you have no further say in this. So 1 minute, if that was the time prescribed, then you could have argued that Zak Crawley was guilty. Bumrah was guilty. Or the Indian team and the England team are guilty. But at the same time, whatever it is, the overreaction that England and India have both indulged in, it only made for 5 minutes of theatre. That is what we are resorting to. And irony is, both India and England did not care about over rates until that one particular over. Go figure that out. Which is why, look at the broader picture and stop ensuring that, okay, for all these tidbits, we will have the moral high ground on it. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this video. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis.